as good as it feels to receive, it feels to give. So if you get that, then you're like, why would I cheat someone out of their good
They're
feeling?
offering. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
offering
And that's a great way to look at it.
unqualified, unsolicited, and totally honest opinions on midlife. I have a question for you.
All right.
Okay.
I'm full of answers.
Yes. Well, this one's just
Insight.
yes.
I'm full of insight.
Okay. Do you have a hard time when someone gives you a compliment like,
Yeah.
hey,
Oh, God.
Brian?
Yeah.
You do.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. What do you mean?
Easy peasy hard time. Yeah. No, I don't. I'm a behind the scenes guy.
So if someone's like, hey, I like your Metallica
I
sweatshirt,
try to. Thank you. I like your Metallica sweatshirt.
but do you
too.
feel like you take it in or you're like, ah, and you make excuses
A
and
little bit of excuses. Yeah.
like you can't take it off? Well, it's an act of receiving when you take on a compliment, or I know you have a hard time receiving help from other people because you see it as weakness, and we've touched a little bit about that. But
It's full of issues here.
no, I'm just asking you because I'm leading this. You don't even know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But receiving is such a skill that I really wasn't aware of for many years until I did. And then I've been like, it's like planted a seed, and it's just really helped me because it helps you have closer relationships with people, and it makes you have better days. Like it just, when you start to realize that you start receiving, it's really helpful. And there's why are you just smiling?
I just, yeah.
You're like, okay, buckle up. Here we go. And there's obvious reasons.
Okay, I guess that's fine because there's so many things in life that just make simple good sense. But for some weird reason, we resist or persist or fight or whatever. And I don't know why. I mean, there's probably all sorts of psychological issues deep inside of all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I think I'm just like, oh, shit.
Well,
But compliments can be hard. It's funny because I do like them. I really do.
yeah.
But I don't, it's hard to like guess, I don't know, get them in the moment. Maybe it's embarrassing or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Like if people feel uncomfortable, like a compliment or someone helping you out, you feel like you owe them. You might have a low sense of self-worth. Like there's many other things that is a reason why it's hard to receive.
Right. Okay.
But there's so many benefits to it too. Do you want to read?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. So, and also it's hard to receive because you have vulnerability issues. Like it is pretty vulnerable to like let someone in and be like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And then you could be perceived as like egotistical, and that you owe them something if you receive
Yeah.
something,
You kind of like, oh, I like your sweatshirt too.
Yeah. Like you're just kind of like, oh, did I say something? You know, you kind of like socially panic. And then why we should learn to receive is it builds stronger relationships, which I love because it fosters connection. You are allowing something in. And then also when you have a friend that's not receiving, you're constantly complimenting them or something, and you can tell they're just not taking it on. You're like, you don't feel as close, right? Or if you're offering help and they won't receive
Yeah,
it.
I guess I never really thought about it that way, but sure. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
It encourages mutual support. So you're helping each other out.
I like to give compliments.
Yeah. And then it enhances well-being, it promotes mental health because if someone's saying something nice to you, you actually take that in. It's like an energetic shift. You like feel better. And a lot of people do awesome things in this world. And if you're not able to receive being called out for that, you might get burnout. You might stop doing that. Like there's and it's nice. It's really nice to take on like someone else is seeing what you're doing and they take the time and
recognition is important.
For sure.
I think.
For sure. And it boosts self-acceptance. Self-acceptance. Say that 5 times. Boost self-acceptance. That's a hard. Anyway, but it affirms your self-worth. So confidence, everything like that. And I've had a really challenging time with receiving because I remember for many years, if someone said something nice to me, I'd be like, "Oh, thank you," and I'd push it off.
Yeah.
Until one of my friends, who's very she's a coach. She works with
let it land.
Yeah, she she works with many companies and how people can work better for, with in teams. And she's just got so many amazing skills. And we do this Fab Five call, and it's five of us that hence Fab Five. Five of us that used to work together. It's like really powerful, awesome group.
Yeah, it's a cool group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're all there for each other. Like, we're all solopreneurs, so it's nice to have
Say that again.
solopreneurs. So it's like
Oh.
entrepreneurs, but you're
Yeah,
like
I mean, I
starting your own
get it.
business. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said say it again.
Yeah, I thought that's what you said.
Yeah.
At first, I thought you were saying soul, like SOUL,
Oh, like soul.
like you're helping your soul.
Kind of
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, "Oh, that's kind of interesting."
Yeah,
I
it
hadn't heard
is.
that, but
Maybe you're
that's
onto something. But
yeah.
it's neat to have. So we try and talk. It's like whoever can get on a call once a week. And we try and talk of what's going on for us. It could be personal, it could be business wise. And then everyone's like, how can I support you? Like, do you need a little coaching on this? Do you need like, ooh, what's really working for me? It's like it's this fantastic. We're all there. We want each other to succeed. And everyone's just very giving
Yeah, it's
and
awesome.
receiving. Like, we're practicing giving and receiving. And one of them brought up years ago, like, hey guys, I've learned about this in this big like mastermind that she did. And she's like, we need to learn how to receive more. And I was kind of like, she's like, and expanded on why. And then when she pointed out not being able to receive compliments, I'm like, oh my gosh, I do that all the time.
Yeah, yes. Yes, and I think the whole notion of receiving can be hard,
Yep.
like we have some very generous friends, and then at times at first it took me a minute to be able to just be like, "Okay, they can do it, I can't receive whatever that you know what I mean, what they're
Yeah.
offering." And like it takes a minute, and then you're like, "Oh, okay." But it makes them happy. They're not going to do something that they don't want to do, and someone's not going to compliment you if they don't want to compliment
Right.
you. But by not receiving it,
It's kind of like
it's shutting them down.
you're
Yeah.
totally shutting them down.
And not that I ever meant to or people mean to. That's not their intention. But we have other bullshit that's probably blocking it. Yeah, that all makes great sense.
Yeah. And it's, and now when someone
I'm
gives
just
me,
getting up to speed with what you already know.
there you go. There you go. But now I really do feel it's like a feeling thing for me when someone, and sometimes cheesy as it is, I don't know. Sometimes I like when I do it, it's like a physical thing I do. I like kind of put my hand over my heart and I'm like, thank you, I received that. And I
Yeah,
say that
yeah.
because I want the person telling me to get,
That
and then they
land it.
receive this appreciation that I just got from their compliment. And
Which is a compliment in return also.
yeah. And so it's been this cool skill that I've been learning. And that's just one component of it. Another thing was I got to go to Palm Springs this last weekend because our youngest, Ashby, had a lacrosse tournament.
Uh-huh.
And my word for the year has been ease. Like, I really just wanted things to be, with a lot in midlife. My mom, I feel like, stretched in many ways. And I was just like, the word that I felt I really needed was ease. And so here I go to this lacrosse tournament, and we flew in a day early, and we were like, got to go to the pool, and it's beautiful. And Ashby and I were having the best time. And I was sitting on a chair, and I was like kind of soaking in. I'm like, oh my gosh, she doesn't need me. I don't have to be like entertaining her all the time. She was like doing something, and I was just sitting there and like calm. And I like got to look at a book, and it lasted for maybe a half hour. And then I was like, oh gosh, I feel bad. I should do something. I should go like be with her, connect with her. I should like start working. I should do a little work. And I just started spiraling of like,
Wow.
and then I stopped and I go, my word for this year is ease. And I'm not even receiving when life is giving me ease. Like, I
Yeah.
can't even sit in this.
Yeah.
And then so it's just kind of, I'm like, if someone could like, it's just,
Be inside
get
your
in my
brain.
brain, they'd be like, you crazy.
It's hard.
Like,
and we all
what is
understand
hard?
that practicing what we preach is a
Yes.
totally different ballgame.
Yeah.
It makes
And
perfect sense.
right. And then I think so many people like are into manifesting, and they're like calling all these things in, or their word of the year. And I know I have also been like, I really want to receive abundance. And here I am sitting in this beautiful place that is pure abundance. Like, you got a great rate on it. Like, we lucked out. Like, being able to, and then I was like, here, why am I not allowing this in? I'm calling it in. I want it for myself. And then I finally just let go. It's like,
Right.
it was almost just like, stop, like, just enjoy. And then I just had the best day, and it fueled me so much that it like lasted for days of like it was like the best part. Like I came home and I was really refreshed because I got to receive that. And then I talked to some other moms and they were like, oh, and they, just you could tell they were just in the busy and I felt like I was like, well, I gotta sit by the pool and I feel really,
Yeah.
it was just a really neat, and I'm kind of putting those lenses on of looking at the world in a different way of that it's not selfish to receive at all. It's not. And it's like you when you look for it and see where those gifts are coming from, you can get it. And also knowing that like when someone wants to help you out, that it's a gift for them and it's a gift for you. Like you've heard of, I remember in California, like when you drive through the tolls, and you like the toll roads
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
old school and you'd
Yeah.
have to like pay cash. I don't even know if they do that anymore.
No.
But so you'd pay and then you'd pay for the person in back of you.
Right.
And then it was so fun. And I was like, oh my God, it's like, and then they'd be like, oh, hey, the car in front of you. And you never see them again.
Right.
But it was just that like cool energy of someone just like giving you a gift and they don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, I want to pay for the person in front back of me. And it's like, pass on this joy. It's like a joy tunnel going through, and it was like really cool. And so it's like really neat. And they kind of was like a forced receive because they like had to receive it because it was already done. And I
Right.
know a lot of people do that at coffee places too. But it's like as good as it feels to receive, it feels to give. So if you get that, then you're like, why would I cheat someone out of their good
They're
feeling?
offering, yeah.
They're
Yeah,
offering.
and that's a great way to look at it. And I've never really looked at it like that, but that all makes great. That's great. Yeah, it makes good sense. Very good sense.
Yeah.
How many greats did I just say right there? 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
But how do you feel like do you feel like you could start now with this like huge new
Well,
awareness, like if I gave you a compliment, you could take it on. Like you
sure. I
understand
don't
that
think
it's
anything's a light switch emotionally for
joking.
me. Oh, God. You suck. But it's funny though. A couple instances. One really difficult show I was on, and then a scenario with middle school football where both of which I just tasked everyone that they had to give 3 compliments a practice or 3 compliments a work day to anybody. And it can't just be rapid fire. It's like throughout the day, just land it, or throughout the practice, just land it. And I think just I wanted to make sure people were just recognizing one another, talking, and just kind of like showing a little bit more appreciation. I think specifically for football, the boys were just in a mood where we were just talking about it today. They're just difficult, and middle school is
Just like
difficult.
survival mode.
Yeah, and I think they're not so nice. And so
And
like,
talk about not being comfortable being vulnerable, not comfortable being like saying anything out of, oh,
yeah.
I'm too nice, I'm weak, and this and
Well,
that.
yeah, and they just don't talk. Like in sports, when you get like up into the higher levels, high school and beyond, you need to communicate. You have to be
Yeah.
on the field. You got to talk, and everyone's so afraid in middle school to say anything. So when I task them to make a compliment, you're right. It immediately disarms the person receiving it. They're not going to fire back. It's not.
Yeah.
They're not saying anything mean, like, "Oh, that was a nice shot" or whatever. So yeah, it does. Again, that's a practice what I preach. I'm not great at receiving them, but I think the art of compliments is the best thing ever.
Yeah. Do you have aging parents and you're still raising your kids? Then welcome to the sandwich generation. It can be super overwhelming, but I've got you. I wrote an ebook that helps you save time, energy, and money. And you can get your copy on thesandwichgen.com/ebook, and it will help you with all the things you need. I know we're talking a lot about compliments and then like receiving help, and because I feel, especially in our midlives, there is a lot going on, and there is a lot of good people that we've put in our life because you are who you walk with, and
Sure.
hopefully you've surrounded yourself with like really good, awesome, generous people, and you want to there is gifts that and receiving is such a gift you can give to yourself. Like if someone gets injured, receive the meal that your friend wants to give you.
Right.
Like even one of my good friends, poor thing, she like had an accident and she came back from this trip, and I was like, let me bring you dinner. And she's like, oh, it's like, we're good friends. And she was so awkward about it. And then finally I was like, I am bringing you dinner. I'm showing up. Do you want this or this? And she was like, that. And I'm like, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just hard.
It's just awkward.
It's super
and I'm like,
hard. Yeah, to
what you would do
receive.
for this for me? And I like, I get it. You're crippled in a way with your hand and you can't make dinner. And like, heck yes, I'm going to bring you dinner. Like, that's the least I can do. You
Yeah.
just want to,
It
but
hard
it
it's
is
hard
hard
to be
when our power was out and we didn't know it was going to be so
yeah,
long.
yeah.
It was so hard to receive. But then what was so cool is that same friend, she was like, come over, shower, and I'll make you breakfast. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. And I did. And it was just, she felt good. I felt good. And I honestly left her house feeling closer to her because I don't
Well,
know,
okay.
like, what?
Yeah. No, no. So I was just thinking, so like, what is it that you need to do to be able to receive better? Just buck up and just shut your mouth and take
I,
it?
I think
Is
one of
that
the things is realizing what it does for the other person because
it's not a
most people
one-way
want to
street.
give. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's reciprocal that it can make your connection with that person even stronger. And that, it's just a two-way street because someone's offering something up. And when you say no, don't you feel that shutdown, right? Like
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
Yeah.
are we not close enough that I can do this for you? Or does my compliment not mean enough that you can't take it on? You're just like, thanks. Like, I mean, I guess we all had teens at one point. We should be used to that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
like the whatever. But and I think that awareness helps a lot. I think the awareness of just checking in with yourself, of being able to give yourself that gift. And we're all growing up. Midlife is that kind of like, let's start evolving. Let's start growing in the ways that we haven't thus far. And if we've noticed something, or if we're like when I was in Palm Springs, if we're realizing like I just spiraled, I'm on a lawn chair spiraling that I should be working. Like, what is my problem?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
wow.
normal. It's
But it's,
normal.
yeah.
But yeah.
And usually those little wake up nudges are like, oh, okay, you're like pushing past a boundary you've had and like, again, like growing and
Yeah.
evolving. I was like, wow. And that was just kind of this awareness, this podcast, listening to this. But I mean, just, I
You
think,
get to receive this
yes,
podcast.
receive this information, receive our appreciation. But like,
Uh,
I think awareness is the number one thing. Once you hear it, you're like, oh, yeah,
I
I
think,
have
yeah,
that.
I think for me, it strikes a chord where I'm like, I don't want to offend the person who just gave me a good compliment. And by not acknowledging their compliment, that's what you could potentially be
Yeah,
doing. And that lands,
yeah,
because I'm like, oh, it's awesome of them to have said that. And so I want to be able to make sure that they feel
yeah.
acknowledged.
And gratitude is a huge way to practice receiving and kind of just being aware in the day where you might be receiving stuff you don't even know. And then you're like, oh, I can do this. And then maybe just jot down or just mentally make a note, like listeners out there, like just be grateful for everything you received in that day. Like, oh my gosh, so and so did this for me.
Oh, yeah.
My husband made he made coffee. I received that. Like, there's just little things. And then I feel like once you're aware of how much you do get, then you're like, oh, I'll just practice more. And then you're grateful for it. It's like that muscle just
If
wants to
you're
be
grateful for, oh
exercised,
yeah, yeah.
you
I mean,
know?
we are landing on, we're always cross-pollinating a lot of themes, but it does make
Well, I think
sense. Yeah.
gratitude you will be brought up and you can give me
Yeah.
any topic and I'll be like, gratitude.
It's true
Oh,
though.
joy.
But it's
Oh,
true. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
sure.
But again, it
Yeah.
all makes sense. And if you
Yeah.
attack this from multiple angles, I think your
Yeah.
world's gonna be pretty darn good. Yeah.
Yeah. And you want to start small, like with most things.
Yeah.
Um,
Your hair looks beautiful today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then like a warm sensation just came over me.
See? And it does look
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
And I do think it's an energetic thing, but even if thank you and not thank you like thank you. Just like really taking it into where
Yeah.
it's a feeling for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like start small because it is a feeling. And we are vibrational, energetic beings to get a little woo, but it really is a thing. So it will, if you're busy and you're going throughout your day and say you're writing at like a 7, like you're, 7 out of 10, you're
Just
like,
doing great.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then someone gives you a compliment that you really receive, or someone offers you help that you actually receive because you're a little overwhelmed because you're not an 8, but you're 7. And then you take on that and you actually just like
Level up.
have it and are in gratitude for receiving that, like gratitude that you got to receive that. Like I was on that pool chair. And brought me up to like a 8 or 9. Like you just, and you get
Yeah.
8s or 9s, those are
Yeah.
better days,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's just really starting small and just practicing it because it is a skill. And when we start small and just keep practicing it, it gets better.
And I think that there's times where we kind of dismiss compliments, right? Isn't there kind of
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah. And so like that's because I would like to think that people don't offer compliments unless they truly mean it, right? And
Right.
so and
What do you mean? Like, how would you be dismissing a compliment?
I get you just don't let it land, or you're, you know what I mean?
Like the quick
not that
things
you're
you mean?
rude, but you just don't really take a moment to fully like. I
Right.
guess that's what you were saying earlier. Just
Yeah.
really appreciate
Well,
it,
and that's why I
acknowledge it.
started saying that in my thank you of like, I'm receiving that. Because
Yeah,
when I say that, I'm like, maybe that awakens something in someone else. And also, it's a little disarming
but
to
saying
the
like you like
person in a
that
good
landed.
way.
Like I
That
appreciate
landed.
that.
Like,
Hey,
I am
yeah,
taking that on.
yeah,
Not because I feel like thank you is so that general, like, but if you, it's either an expression of like, oh my gosh, thank you.
right,
Like when people have been so generous with like our podcast and been like, oh, I love this episode.
yeah,
This was so awesome. This
yeah.
was
Like
so
when they're like,
funny. This
it
is,
changed my life
it changed my
dramatically. Best
I'm
podcast
like,
ever.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yes, I know. Thank you. Thank you.
But like,
Yeah.
okay, so here's one I just shared the other day on the gram. But one of our newer friends, a dad on the lacrosse team,
Yeah.
and we're just getting to know him. Awesome dude.
Oh yeah.
And we did this episode about
Siblings.
siblings in like sibling challenges in the sandwich generation.
For care for aging adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a big touch point. And he listened to it and he texted us the nicest text.
Yeah.
The nicest. And this is it's a dude. You
Yeah.
don't normally get this from dudes. Sorry, but like it takes a lot for a dude to be
We're
like,
emotionally
well, to give me a compliment.
stinted.
Yeah, a little bit. And like normally it's gonna be a woman that calls out a
Sure.
compliment more than a guy. Like,
Yeah.
but then he was just so awesome and he was like, love what you guys are doing. Love that you're out there for others. And then he said he actually contacted his sister, who's 9 years older than him. And I believe their parents died years ago. And he thanked her
Ah.
for what she did for their parents. Cause he's like, I didn't really get it until listening to your podcast. And I literally was like, oh my God, that just hit my heart. Like, like, and I just had this like, we are positively affecting people. Like,
Yeah.
that's my mission. That's my mission in life is to positively affect people. And so I wrote him, we both wrote him separately, but like thanked him. But you could tell in our thank you to him that we received it. Like, I was like, you just made my day. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like that your sister, she lives back east, is getting this thank you that probably made you guys closer. Or she was just like, oh my gosh. Like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
could be family
It's
healing, could be a lot. Like that's so awesome.
pretty easy.
Yeah. And like, it could have, if I wasn't as good at receiving, I would have cheated myself out of this like magical moment of hard work and like a passion of ours that it just fuels
Yeah.
fuels what we're doing more because it is positively in fact
Yeah. Yeah. And when I say it's pretty easy, I'm saying it's pretty easy to give a compliment. It's also pretty easy to receive it. It's just, you just have to
Yeah.
allow yourself to do that.
And it was just this
Yeah.
really
But it's a great moment that is derived from it.
yeah.
So,
And here's this dude that again we're getting to know, and now don't you just feel closer to him?
yeah. But yeah,
I'm like,
I've seen
wow, you're
more
that
time.
guy.
He's an awesome guy.
You're
Yeah.
that guy. He is. I
Yeah.
mean, but I'm like, but also
Go figure.
it's a kind of, and I dare I say, it's kind of intimate. Like when someone is like, I'm going to take this time to call out something awesome you did. And I'm going to be specific and I'm going to say what it did. That
Well,
impacted
time,
me.
shit. Yeah. If you want to talk about time,
a
time
lot.
is that's the most
so
valuable
true.
resource.
That is so
And
true.
so like,
Because no matter how much money you have, everyone has the same amount of time.
yeah,
So
you
someone's
ask
gonna
a billionaire that's sitting on
It doesn't
death's
really-
bed if you give all his money away to have X amount more years, that all of
They
them,
would all
they know
take it.
they'll rebuild it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so time, that's commodity. And
so
so when
true.
someone does, so if you look, even if you look at it, so if you have to rationalize things in order to have a response that fits for your brain, you can rationalize that someone took the time
Yeah.
to just say something positive to you about something that you've done or blah, 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 whatever that compliment is. So then take some time to land it, take some time to,
to receive it.
yeah.
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 I love that because time is so precious. And yeah, that he,
But that does help. And the more you know, and like I always laugh at like as we get to be like quote unquote adults, because I always feel like adulting is, I don't know that I'm an adult, but I'm an
yeah,
adult. But the more that you learn these things, these little, I don't know, what would you want to call it? Like little tricks and tips. But like yeah, it only makes your life better.
yeah.
You know?
And that's our goal is the more better days we have, the better life we have.
I was just talking to my brother today, and we were just kind of on a subject of just state of affairs, and then I was like, at the end of it, I was like, I'm just trying to have joy in my life, have a wonderful life, have good days, and then hopefully that because I'm living like that, I can help reciprocate that to others, and then maybe we'll ripple into a better tomorrow.
Well,
And you're
that's
like,
the whole thing is the
yeah,
ripple effect.
yeah,
Because when you receive that, you might, someone might be like, oh my gosh, they just took that on. And then,
yeah,
or like the verbiage of, I receive that. I appreciate that. Instead of thank you, like,
yeah.
I'm
And if you
taking that
receive it.
on. I appreciate
If
it.
you receive it in a manner that they feel heard, they're going to do it again.
Yeah. It's like stoking that amazing fire.
Yeah,
And then you're
boom.
it's like,
Oh, God.
like, but it is true because there is a lot of heaviness in the world. And the more we can make ourselves happy,
Yeah.
the more we can spread that.
Your little bubble radiates, and so if you make yours glow,
Yeah. And it's
right?
also such a community building skill as well, which is so needed
Kind of
in
like, yeah,
today's world.
yeah.
Yes. And our self confidence, like it only brings amazing things. So, everyone out there, just try on. When someone gives you the next compliment, 'cause you will
Yeah.
get one,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
will give them. And
Yeah.
when you give them, wait and see what people are saying. When are they receiving? Are they like, oh, or oh, this old thing, and just be like, hey,
Thanks.
try and
Yeah. I
receive that because
appreciate
I
you
really
saying
mean
so.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
also on the adverse, like when someone gives you a compliment, take a beat and be like, I appreciate that. Thank you. Like just be in that because we all know when we talk a beer, thanks, or we write
Yeah.
it off,
Yeah.
or we actually receive it and see how you feel. And I promise you will want more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, great topic. Good job.
I do like your sweatshirt. If you loved hanging out with us, hit that follow button and share this episode with someone who could use a little midlife magic. Now go rock the rest of your day.